Hi, everybody. Chris Wood here, the Youth and Young Adult Minister at St. Joe's, East York. Got a message for all the Catholic young adults of York. Got a couple things coming up. This Saturday is our monthly social event. It's going to be a board game night. We'll have different stations set up with different popular tabletop games. Each station will be run by someone who has experience with that game. I'm excited to run one of my favorite games for this event as well. It's just going to be a really low key and fun, just social event. I'm going to order a bunch of pizza, so I do need people to sign up. So if you could please send an email to the young adult email address, which I will link to this video, just so I can get a head count for pizza. And then we will just take donations towards that pizza, either cash or check. Checks can be made out to St. Joe's York to just reimburse for the pizza. But again, please sign up. I know that it's not always fun committing to things in advance because, you don't know if you're actually going to feel like going the night of. I understand that completely as a fellow human being. But it is going to be a really fun night. It's going to be just good people, good food, good games. And it's just one of the many ways we can draw closer to God in our faith is through fellowship with other people who feel the same way. So I hope that you will sign up and we'll see you there. Again, it's for Catholic young adults of York, anyone ages 18 to 39. You don't have to be Catholic or Christian, so you can invite friends, family, whatever. They just have to be young adults. So I hope that you'll join us for that. And then Tuesday at St. Joe's, we kick off our next book study series with one of my favorite books, Time for God by Father Jacques Philippe. This is a really, really important book. As you can see, it's also not a very big book, so it's not super intimidating. We will break into this book one section at a time. This first meeting, we're just getting into the introduction and talking about it, so you don't even need the book for the first session if you just want to come check it out. And with a book study, you can always read ahead if you miss a session, but again, the hope is that people will show up for the discussion, show up for the fellowship, and just dive into another really good spiritual book. One of the things that always comes up in spiritual direction and conversations about prayer life is I always have trouble making the time. I'm so busy. By the end of the day, I haven't prayed. By the end of the week, I haven't done this or that. I'm so busy. I haven't made the time. And as a spiritual director, I can say that what it really comes down to really is, in the end, you have to make the time. You have to find the time. Like, God doesn't kidnap us. He doesn't break our spiritual doors down and snag us. Like, we have to open the door and step into God's loving embrace. But that requires us actually doing that. So the challenge is always time, time. And everybody shares in that, even me. My schedule is much more open and lenient than others because I don't have a traditional 9 to 5-ish day job anymore. And still, my day fills up. I've spent my entire morning dealing with farm animals and rain issues and the tarp cover on the new chicken coop blowing halfway off and just this rain nonsense that just makes everything difficult. But, still have to make the time for my prayer life and for God. And this book, Time for God, is about that. It's a book that you can walk away from inspired and informed, and this book can really help you take the next steps in your prayer life, in your walk with God, by helping you make the time, find the time, be inspired to do just that. So I hope that you will join us for this. I know weeknights are hard. Again, I'm also a fellow human being. So I know that Tuesday night, you're going to get home from work on Tuesday and you're going to be like, oh man, I just want to stay home and watch Grey's Anatomy reruns and eat Skinny Pop. I know, me too. But again, in order to make time for God, we have to make some time for God. So my hope is that you'll step out the door and make some time for God by coming to the book study that's about time for God. You won't be disappointed if you read this book and join in the discussion. I know you won't. It'll only be good for you, good for me, good for the church, good for everybody. So that starts this coming Tuesday. All of our flyers and stuff can be found on the St. Joe's website under the young adult category. Make sure you're signed up for the reminds, the emails, where we have our Facebook page. So just make sure you're plugged in so you know about all this stuff. And I really look forward to seeing y'all this Saturday and Tuesday as we make time for God. God bless y'all. See ya.